Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mr. Badmay here, and today I just wanted to give you guys a little tutorial for American Truck Sim, ATS, and Euro Truck Sim 2, or ETS2 as we call it, about how do we install third-party mods. What's that process look like? Where should I get my mods? Who do I trust? That kind of stuff. I was helping the VTC out the other night, getting ProMods installed, and a bunch of other maps so that we have pretty much all of North America at this point for the convoy. And they mentioned, everything I documented had been super helpful. So they just mentioned that making a video may help a lot more folks. So here we are. Real quick, this is done in 3 quick steps. The first 2 are definitely easier than the third. The first one being, you're going to obviously want to download your mods, and you might ask, well, where do I get them from? Everybody is fairly familiar with going to the Steam Workshop and downloading mods from there. But for third parties, you can get them from all over the web, but a couple of websites I recommend. The first one being the ProMods site themselves, right? This is where you can get a bunch of extra maps, those kinds of things. And, this is a trustworthy source. And the other being truckymods.io. Again, very trustworthy source. I don't have any issues with this site. And you can get a lot of mods here from various different maps like you're seeing here, just in their promotional thing. You can get trailer packs, you get skin packs, sound packs, etc., just like the Steam Workshop. Now, what you find out here might vary. Steam Workshop is typically my first place I go to because it's just easier to work with. But yeah, if you want any third-party mods, I recommend either one of these sites. When you come out and you go to download them, I click on this guy here, you'll see there's a big old download button here. There are a lot of ads, so be mindful. If you have Brave or something like that, I'd recommend it. But you'll download this, and then depending on the file, you may end up with a .scs extension, or you may end up with a .zip extension. The other thing to look at here is your compatibility. So this particular mod works with Game Patch 1.56. Sometimes the modders, or the mod developers, can be slightly slower than SCS. So when 1.57 comes out, there's a good chance a lot of these map mods may break for a little while. And if that's the case, that's fine. Just pull them out of your game, run the base game stuff map-wise for a little while, and then when they get updated, put them back in. Not a huge deal. But how do we go about installing them? So that's step 1, is downloading. Step 2 is putting them out here in the appropriate directory. So for this case, we're going to look at American Truck Sim, but a Euro Truck Sim is right here as well. You're going to go into Documents, and then the game, and then into your mod folder. And if you don't have a mod folder, just create one. The game should recognize it. And then you'll put all those .scs files here. So if you have a .zip file, make sure you extract it and put the .scs file in here so the game can read it. The order here, by the way, is Windows controlled. So ignore the order here. This does not matter. This is simply the repository that the game is going to pull mods in from. So once you've got them in there, start up your game. You're going to go to mods, and you'll see all of your mods here on the left. These are not active. They're just all the mods that are either in Steam Workshop or are in that directory. To add something over there, I'm just going to use this as the example. If I double click this guy, you're going to see it moves to the right. And at this point, if you're only running one mod, right, cool, you're done. But chances are a lot of us are running more than one mod. So there is a order in which things must go in. If I click on the little eye here, you're going to see here that this category of this mod is a map. And you're going to think, well, what does that mean? And then dependencies. You guys see all the DLCs here are required for this map or this mod to work. And going back to the category, what does category maps mean, and why are they calling that out? Obviously, it's a map, right? We all know that. But in terms of category, what does that mean? So underneath the skin of the game, there is in technical term, there's different layers and dependencies. In this case, they call them priorities, meaning things build on top of each other. If you think about a house, you have the foundation first, right? And then you build your walls, and then you build your multi-floors, and then you put the roof on and all that stuff. And I maybe messed that up. I'm not an architect, but but the mods are very similar. You got to start at the base first and work your way up. So there is a recommended general mod load order, and I'll leave that on the screen. But that order is going to be maps, trucks, trailers, paint jobs, cargo, tuning interior, UI and other stuff, and then your physics, your graphics and weather, and then your sounds. So your engine sounds, your ambient sounds, all that would be the highest priority. And I'll quickly go through mine. So you can see here, all these are maps. These are supporting packs for those maps to make those work. So that's why they're down here. And then you'll see I have my truck. I don't have any paint jobs in, but if I did, I'd go right above the truck. Then you got your accessories, because I don't have trailers in here. Accessories slash UI kind of go all in here. And you'll see I have my physics. And then I have all of my graphics stuff. The weather is up here. There's the raindrops. And then you'll see my sound. So following that same order, it's maps, trucks, trailers, paint jobs, cargo, tuning interior, UI, physics, graphics, weather, sound. And again, I will put that on the screen. I'll also put that in the description, along with links to both of those sites that I showed earlier in the video will also be in the description. If you have any questions, or if this has helped you in any way, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. It really helps me. I hope this has been helpful. I wanted to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. My Discord is in my YouTube profile. Guys, I wanted to point out one last thing here. When it comes to mod order, we just went through what the order is. If you're playing single player, that order will work out fantastic for you. You won't have any problems. There's a caveat here when it comes to convoys and multiplayer. So if you're wanting to join convoys and multiplayer, the mod order, the general mod order is still the same, and you'll see just how I have it set up. But when we look within a category, and I'm talking within a category, so let's just talk sound. And I'll look at my engines here as an example. If, like, this order works fine, but if I took this cat engine and moved it up to where Packard is and moved Packard down to where cat is, it's still going to work fine for me. But if my convoy member has it in the order here on screen and I move stuff around, he tries to join, it's going to tell him there's a mod mismatch. When it's not true, he still has the same mods, they're just out of order. So we spend a lot of time troubleshooting simply the order of people's mods. That is why I put screenshots on our Discord. What order of mods are we running? As well as a Google sheet explaining where to get the mods from, or whether it's the Steam Workshop or one of the third-party sites, or or is it something Convoy created, and then we would just share it amongst ourselves. So talk amongst your friends, amongst your Convoy members in advance. Make sure your list matches up exactly so that you guys can play together. The other recommendation I have for multiplayer, well, even though this is all in the same order, I've mentioned this in a previous video. What I would recommend every time you're going to do multiplayer, you're going to continue your career. And I give it a second here. It's doing its thing. You'll continue your career. You'll come in here to Convoy. All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're going to join your friends is go into Convoys, go to Convoy lobby, and then you're going to host your own convoy. You don't actually have to bring your friends into yours. The reason you're going to host your own convoy is right here on screen. Doing this gets your game to process your mods. If you try to join someone else's convoy right off the bat, chances are this process either won't happen or it won't happen correctly. and you could get met with one of many error codes. It could simply say unable to join, which is frustrating because it's not helpful, or it could tell you there's a mod mismatch or something of that note, even though your mods are 100% the same and 100% in the same order. Always join your own convoy first. Once you're in your own convoy, I recommend going through Steam and simply right clicking your friend's name and saying join game. It will close your convoy. If there's a password, it'll prompt you for the password, and then it'll put you in your friend's game. If you're not going to join through Steam, once you have your convoy created, the processing is done. So all you would need to do is go into your active convoy, close the session, and now if I want to join any convoy that has the same mods I do, then all I have to do is go convoy lobby, find a lobby or find my friends that have the exact same mods, and then join from there. And this takes a little bit to fetch this list, but you guys all know where I'm going with that. Again, I don't know any of these people out here, so my mods aren't going to line up with theirs, and that's fine. But if your friends are out here and they've got something hosted, however it is, yeah, I recommend make your own convoy first, then join your friends. That will save you a huge, huge headache every time I've tried to do it. Otherwise, without making my own convoy, it causes problems. And the only way to fix said problems is to quit the entire game, start it back up, come back in, make your own convoy, and do it the way that I mentioned. That's the only way to resolve it. And I've been troubleshooting this for several people over the past several weeks, and it's always the same problem with always the same fix. So again, I hope this has been helpful. Please do like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and stop by the live stream if you wish. Join up on the Discord, interact with the community if you'd like, and maybe we could truck together sometime. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.